Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Dion here, and we back, man. So today we here to talk about Captain America: Brave New World. It just came out. I went to see it a couple days ago. I sat on this for a little bit, just to gather my thoughts up a little bit to see if anything would change over the past 2 days. But I still kind of have the same thoughts coming out of it. Like I feel the same way about it. I debated on going to see it again, but I don't think I needed to do that. But so we can start it off real quick. In this first part, we're gonna do like no spoilers, only things that have been revealed in the trailer. So first, we got to talk about Cap, Anthony Mackie, Captain America. The first black captain, finally on screen. And I can say he did good. Like in his role, like he had a good performance as Captain America. Although, like when they were in the beginning, they were just starting to call him Cap, K Cap, A Cap, 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 Cap. All this that did not feel right to me as of right now. I don't feel like he's earned that nickname yet. Like when people say Cap, like they usually say it with like some respect on it and all that. And I get it in the MCU standpoint. He's been Captain America for the past, from what they say. I think they took a little time jump in it, so he's been Captain America for a little bit while now. So, but I just don't. When they were saying Cap, all this like trying to talk to him with that respect and all that, like it ain't hit as hard. But his performance in it, he was pretty good. Still like without the serum, he's holding his own. He got a lot of good fighting styles and all that. Him using his wings with the vibranium, his vibranium suit and all that. It's pretty good. Like Captain America, he feels like eventually he's gonna earn that right to be like, yeah, I'm Captain America and all that. Have that respect from everybody else. Just right now, I'm still not all the way in it. I want to see him go through like a more like tougher threats right now. Like Captain America early on, we seen him like in his second movie, like with the Avengers. The second time we seen him before we even got to see Winter Soldier and all that. We already had him like with the Avengers leading them and stuff. So I feel like he was able to earn that respect. I've only seen Sam as Cap in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and now this. It's not like it ain't enough right now for me to just be like, yeah, this is Cap. But he held his own throughout the movie, pretty good. You got Harrison Ford in here as the general president now, as Red Hawk. He had a good performance. I did feel like it was like different from the past actor. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on his name right now, but it was a moment, like moments in there where I was like, I kind of wish the old actor didn't pass away. We still had him in it because I felt like he was more stern as the general. Like that felt like the person who I wanted to see turn into the Red Hawk more than Harrison Ford. A little bit Harrison Ford, like he was trying to be like going at Sam a little bit, like with his sternness and stuff when they had like their little conversations and all that. But he kind of just seems like a nice guy a little bit, like. And I get that's what they were trying to do a little bit with the story, like trying to redeem himself and stuff. But end of the day, it wasn't a bad performance. But I did like find myself wishing that we did have the old actor back in sometimes. You had the sidekick in there, Joaquin Torres as a new Falcon. He did pretty good. It was like a whole lot of like comedic time, and they were using him as it. He did have a great moment with Sam at the end of the movie, which was really great. So that actually made me look forward to his character going forward. I'm guessing he's probably going to be helping out with the Avengers lineup and stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. Who else am I missing? Who else am I missing? Big characters. I'm the only one people that's revealed in the trailer. Had the leader. If you missed him in the trailer, he was one of the people on the phone, like in the background, bringing him back from the Incredible Hulk movie. Finally, we're seeing his character back again. He did great. They was trying to give him like I feel like he was kind of reminding me of like the Civil War vibes, trying to have him in the background, you know, controlling everything. That was like one of the big plots of the movie. So I don't know. It didn't all the way hit as hard with me, but like I get what they were going for. So, but bringing him back, it was good to finally see some of these characters like be paid off a little bit in the end. Like we haven't seen some of these characters from the Incredible Hulk in years. They finally brought back Abomination with the redesign of his character and stuff. And I think he was in She-Hulk and he was in Shang-Chi. So we're finally getting some of these characters back, and like this was low key, like kind of like a sequel to the Hulk, but you know, it still felt as if this was like Captain America's movie. Like it was a lot of Incredible Hulk characters, but it still felt like it was Cap's movie at the end of the day. So like, but overall, I felt like the movie it was like without giving spoilers right now, the movie it was just kind of underwhelming a little bit. Like the story, it started off really good. Like I was getting invested and all that, but it started to drop off some a little bit. Like it fell flat in the end. Like it was going good for like the first hour and a half, and then once it got to that point where it was only gonna be like 30 minutes left in the movie, I realized dang, they're not going to be able to wrap up all these storylines that need to be wrapped up within this movie. And so I'm like, dang, slightly felt off because there was only one last act left within that past 30 minutes. So it kind of fell off for me. So without giving spoilers, I gave it like a 6.5 for right now. But now, if you have seen the movie, I'm about to start going into the spoilers, like the specific things that pushed me to get to that 6.5. If you haven't seen it, I will click off now. But for right now, I gave it a 6.5. It was just a lot of underdeveloped storylines and stuff. But now, if you've seen the movie, I'm going to keep going with some specifics now. So some of the reasons that it ended up being a 6.5, they introduced. So like I felt like this was another one of those movies they use as just like stepping stone movies. They were just throwing stuff out there. Like in the trailers, they had the Celestial that from Eternals poked out just to introduce Animanium. Dang, I feel like I said that wrong. Animanium, but it wasn't like a real plot point in the movie. They just used it to introduce why Japan and all them the countries they were trying to get a treaty going, but it didn't really have any real thing like it. I felt like they were literally just using that just to introduce Animanium in the MCU universe. Like it wasn't a real plot point for it. Um, and then you had things like Red Hawk, Red Hawk and his daughter, the general and his daughter. Like throughout the whole thing, they just kept like having like phone conversations and things like that. But it was just like they didn't pay it off enough. Like I feel like they should have had a moment within the movie where they had some actual contact besides phone conversations because they were trying to use that as a big plot point to be like, yeah, he's not all the way bad. Like Sam was using that like against the leader, like you want to bet like he's not as bad as you think he is, even though he is at the end of the day who he is. But Sam was betting on that he's not as bad as the leader thought he was. But they were trying to use his daughter to try to like show that he wasn't as bad as he was. Like he had a reason to actually be good for a little bit. But they never. I felt like they never truly like leaned into it enough for me to feel as though like this was enough for him to be really realistically changing because I've seen him over years and years be who he is as the General Thunderbolt Ross. I've seen him for years and he hit like from what we've seen, he's the same stern man. Like he want control. Like he don't want the Avengers doing their own thing and all that. Like he's that same stern man. So to be like, yeah, I've been trying to change and stuff for my daughter this whole time. Like it didn't resonate as hard because you didn't lean into it. You didn't show like the daughter like giving him a real reason to want to change within the movie. Like you should have had them. They talked about them walking through the cherry blossoms. You could have literally had them walk through it. They was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's have a rain check on it. But I feel like they should have. showed them have some type of real conversation within the movie, like towards the middle of the movie or something. But they never did it until the end, where they paid off. And I'm just like, they tried to pay it off. I was like, I don't really care. Like at this point, I don't care that you showed up on it. Like you're bringing back another Incredible Hulk character, but I don't care that they're finally having this face to face at the end of the movie. You had time to lean into this relationship to make me feel that more within the movie, and you didn't do it. So it was just like I didn't really care about that aspect to try to show that he wasn't as bad as he was. Like it didn't. And then also about with the General Ross, he only hulked out one time. He hulked out one time within the movie. They showed, and then the trailers that they had, they showed us him hulking out. Like, once I knew that he didn't hulk out in the middle of the movie when the leader was trying to get him to hulk out on the boat scene, and I looked at the time and I seen it was only 30 minutes left, I knew he was only hulking out one time. And they showed it, all those scenes within the trailers. Like, they gave us a lot of when he's hulking out. And that's just like, bro, you're introducing this new character. He's supposed to be one of the main villains, and we only get to see him in that form one time. One time throughout the movie. Like, they could have at least showed him Hulk out one time. You know, something happened, he powered down, and then you have that payoff at the end of the movie, like him hulking out. Like, I feel like that wasn't enough. And then the fact that you showed us all of these scenes in the trailers repeatedly, like, I felt like you gave us too much. You gave us too much for this short movie. Cause like y'all, this movie was short for a Captain America standpoint. The shortest movie so far for Captain America's have been 2 hours and 4 minutes, and that was for an origin movie for Captain America. That makes sense because it's an origin. You don't need to go that deep. The other movies have been at least 2 hours and 16 minutes long, and Civil War was that dag nigga on two hours and 30 minutes. This movie was an hour and 58. So you add the credits on, it's like an hour 50, hour 45, like. So it's like this movie is short for you to only, and then you only gave us him hulking out once. And then when he hulked out, you had to have Sam talk him down. I don't like it was like that's predictable because Sam cannot realistically beat a Hulk. But I don't think it made sense for Sam to be the one to come in and just talk him down. They didn't have that type of relationship throughout the movie where Sam should be able to hit him deep. And I get it. You were trying to use like, yeah, the daughter situation. But if you were going to use the daughter, why didn't you just have her come out and step in front of Sam and be like, hey, you see me? Like, you don't want to do this. It's not you. Like, that's when you could have brought, like, if you only was going to bring her out one time, that's when you come in and do it. Like you should have had Sam like have her on speed dial or something and just be like, yeah, bring the daughter out, like, and come stop it. Because it didn't make sense for Sam to just be like, what, I don't even remember what he said, but he was trying to remind him of his daughter, the cherry blossoms walking and stuff. But so, like, that's coming from Sam. Sam did not have that relationship with General Ross for them to just be like, all right, bro, like, I feel you, bro. Like, realistically, if I'm the general, I'm still gonna beat the dog out of him, bro. Like, we don't got, like, I don't know you, like, I don't even rock with you like that. Why am I about to hawk down because of you? You saying this, you saying that, and like that's another pet peeve of mine. Like with Sam, eventually he is going to have to fight. I get he didn't take the serum and all that, but like in a Falcon and Winter Soldier, he's talking. In this movie, he's trying to talk his way down. Eventually, for us to look at him as a real Cap, he gonna have to beat somebody. He can't talk his way through everything. He can't counsel his way through everything. I get Sam has been a counselor, a talker, all that, but you can't just like, come on, bro. You ain't about to just talk your way out of every single situation. When you got Doom coming and all that, like if Kang was still here, they don't care about what he about to talk about, bro. Like Doom is more worried about Reed. That's his op. What is Sam coming out to be like? Hey Doom, bro. Like this ain't true, bro. Don't do this. Don't do this, Doom. What is that doing? Eventually, Sam is going to have to fight, bro. Like y'all gonna have to find a way to give him something. Like in the comics, he had powers to actually talk to the birds and all that. Like give my man something. Like he ain't got nothing right now. He depending on them Wakandans. Like it's so much. Like I'm like, bro. Even throughout the movie, I was looking like, bro, why is he surviving so long? Why was he survive? Like I get it. He had that vibranium Wakandan suit with the energy, all that. But we've seen Thanos punch through that energy. Why couldn't the Hulk punch through that energy? That's a Hulk right there. Why can't he punch through that energy? Like, why was he able to survive that long? I get it, plot armor, but like that shouldn't have been able to like survive. I found myself like, bro, if you don't break this, like I was rooting against Sam for a little bit. Like break his vibranium stuff, like put him on the edge and like almost kill this man. I don't know, like that was just me personally because he was blowing me that he was surviving that long, like with that suit. I don't think he should have been surviving that long, but like they gonna have to do something about Sam. He can't just keep counseling his way out of every single situation, every single time. They have to find a way to make him feel more like he's a threat. Like right now, I ain't comfortable enough to be like, yeah, you cat, bro. Like, I don't feel that right now. Like, I need like another movie or so. But right now, and then they introducing other people. You had I'm forgetting the characters' names, but the agent. You had the one that was she was a widow. A cool like she wasn't bad. She was blowing me at first. The widow, but you know, as the movie went along, she was cool. She got her little crush on Bucky or whatever. Like that's a small widow. Like but she was out there. She was holding her own out there. Like so that's another cool little introduction. I wonder if she has any connection with Yelena. Maybe we'll see when the Thunderbolts come out. Coming up. So we'll see what they do with her character going forward. And then they had the other random character, the black girl. I need to look up these character names. You had characters like Leila Taylor come in, and then yeah, the other Asian, as I already mentioned, Lila. I think that's her name, Layla or Lila, the black girl that was also with Ross, General Ross, but she came out of nowhere. That was kind of like pissing me off throughout the movie that she came out of nowhere, kind of like we don't have no like nothing to go off with her, and they gave us no real background. At least with the other one, they gave us the background that she's a former widow and all that. So that gives me some questions that I want to see answered going forward. But her, she just came out of nowhere, like no background, no nothing. Sam just said she's a friend. I have a friend. I'm assuming that's who he was talking about. Just saying, I have a friend that works closely with Ross. And from what I've heard, I believe in the comics, she's a love interest of Sam. So I'm curious to see where that goes, and maybe that is their background, but they didn't say it in the movie. So to me, it was just like you came out of nowhere. Like we haven't seen you in the MCU before. You just came out of nowhere, and you were just constantly like your face was just popping up. Like what are you doing? Why are you here? Like that's how I was feeling about her. So then you had the side stuff with the Serpent Society, Sidewinder, all that. Those were part of the reshoots and everything. Wasn't that crazy to bring him in like you. I think what's his name, Carlo Despacito, something like that. They brought him in. Um, it was just a side thing, just to I guess to push the story forward to get the treaty and stuff started up. Like the leader was using him to get stuff going. and all that with the when they were trying to get the animanium at first. So it wasn't nothing too crazy with the Serpent Society and Sidewinder and all that. So with those characters, those are just added extras to the story a little bit just to get the story going. Trying to think who other big characters I'm missing. Was out of this whole movie, I really liked Isaiah Bradley throughout this parts I really enjoy like those that's one of the parts that I did feel like they did a pretty good job like with Isaiah Bradley bringing him in. I felt like his pain because they set the story already for him pretty well in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So having him continue on his story in here as the forgotten super soldier that has just been done dirty, like they done dirty time and time again. So when they did it again, I'm just like, man, like bro cannot catch a break. Like I feel for him, and then he was in there having this performance like he's about to cry telling Sam just don't come back and all that. Like I really felt for him. Like I feel like they did a great job with Isaiah Bradley with that. I was wondering why we didn't ever get to see his nephew or his grandson because I think he's supposed to be one of the newer Young Avengers. I think I seen that they cut his part out though. Like I wish we could have. I feel like it made sense for us to at least see him like one time, like, but they didn't want to show us him in the new movie. But we'll see what they do going forward because they have a lot of new young characters that's getting ready. They can go forward with their Young Avengers. So we'll see what they do. But yeah, Isaiah Bradley's story was really I felt that like the same with Torres, Joaquin Torres. It didn't hit me as well all the way throughout the movie, but that last conversation with him and Sam on the bed when he was finally like recovering from his injuries in the mission early on when he didn't listen, being hard headed. But like that last conversation that made me look forward for Torres. Like, but him and Isaiah, they were the two stories that kind of like I felt had full development. But everybody else, it was just extremely undeveloped. The leader as a villain, like he's supposed to be the main villain, I'm guessing, because you have the leader and then you have Red Hulk, but Red Hulk is essentially just getting used. Like the leader is just trying to use him, giving him pills and stuff to push him out there to show everybody, basically trying to frame him to look bad as possible, and it worked. It worked because he turned into the Hulk, and now I guess he's not going to be president anymore. He has to find a new president, and now he's stuck in the raft with everybody. But the leader, it was like they were trying to give Civil War vibes and Winter Soldier vibes. It was going so good in the beginning, having the leader in the background, controlling everything, like pulling the strings for everything, causing different bad stuff to happen. But I did not care about the leader being stuck in a prison for 16 years, and that was his whole motivation for trying to go at Ross. Like they didn't build that out well enough for me to care about it. Like in Civil War, when Zemo was putting the strings in the background, I actually felt for Zemo. Like I get why Zemo did. They killed his family. They dropped whatever they did. They dropped the building on his family, whatever. Like Zemo had real motivation, and then his motivation, like after he did it, he was just like, bro, I just want to see y'all mess each other up essentially, like break up, and then I'm gonna kill myself. Like that's all I need to see. Like as long as I mess y'all up, I'm cool. And I felt that from Zemo. Like I get it. Like I get what he was doing. They killed your family, so I know I can't kill y'all. So I'm gonna do the next best thing I do. I'm gonna mess y'all whole chemistry up, like so y'all can't fight together and all that. Like y'all really gonna hate each other after this. Like I got that. But with the leader, he just wanted Ross to free him, and I didn't care. I don't know. You may care going into the movie seeing it on your own, but it didn't do anything for me, and that's another reason why like I felt like this stuff wasn't fully fleshed out and developed. Like, you need to, if that's going to be your villain, actually make me understand and feel why you're doing this. The best villains in the MCU have been the ones that we can actually relate to. Like, we understand why they do. Like, Thanos was a madman. We got it. But we made us, like, half people was like, yeah, Thanos was right. Like, we got it. Like, we understood what Thanos was going for. Even though he was doing it in the wrong manner, we understood him and we felt it. Like, I didn't care about what the leader was doing. I don't care he kept you in the prison. Like, you could have stayed in there for longer. Like, I don't care, bro. Like, that's how I felt about it. Like, you're getting used. I don't care. So what? Like, continue to get used, bro. Like, he didn't make me feel it enough. He was just going through, like, just doing stuff at the end of the day. And then you got caught back, like, you planted the end, you brought him out to life, and then you turned yourself in eventually. Like, I didn't care about the leader stuff, like, and then with Red Hawk, the villains just didn't do as much for me. And Sam's performance, like, this wasn't the villains, like the good villains that I think we needed to go up against. Like, as your first one, these villains didn't serve you justice for us to really make us feel that you are Captain America right now. I think they did Sam a disservice with this movie, like giving him these villains and like not properly fleshing them out and like giving them the time to make us feel why they are doing what they're doing. I feel like they did Sam a disservice with this movie, even though Sam did, like Anthony Mackie did the best he could with this. They had to go through a lot of reshoots, but it is what it is. Like, he gave a good performance. I feel like going forward, he's going to have a chance to prove him. Like, he's going to give an opportunity to prove himself, and I feel like he will step up to it. But as of right now, I need to see Cap go through a little bit more for me to really Sam. I need to see Sam go through a little bit more for me to really make me feel like he's our Captain America now, right now. Well, yeah. Oh, the post credit scene. I kind of didn't like the post credit scene. I didn't like them using the leader as the one that tells Cap, like, from 6-1, like the 616 people that, yeah, it's the multiverse is coming, essentially. Like, coming from the comics, I think Black Panther found out. You had Reed and all them finding out and stuff. I didn't like them using the leader as the one, like, telling them, like, you had seeds in place already. You had Ant-Man, like, that scene, Kang and stuff. Like, why didn't he, like, warn us about it? Like, why are we using the leader as the one to start trying to tell people in the main Marvel universe that is coming? Or you could have just waited to Fantastic Four, like, got back into the main universe to be like, hey, yeah, incursions are coming. Like, Doom is coming. Like, I don't like that they use leader as the person that's starting this off to warn them, because, like, they're trying to using Sam as the person to rebuild the Avengers. What's their lineup right now? I don't know. Probably gonna be weak as of right now. Like, I got to see them a little bit more, but I don't like them using the leader as the person to tell them multiverse is coming. Like, and they gonna collide and they crash and incursions is coming. But overall, it was a decent movie. It had, like, the makings of being a really good movie. It could have been an 8, 8.5, the way it was trending in the beginning, the first hour and a half. But it fell flat for me overall, ultimately, and it turned into a cool 6, 6.5 to me, like max 6.5. The final rate, I would give it a 6.5, because it was just so much stuff that fell flat for me at the end of the day. Like, so much potential, but they didn't finish it out. I feel like they did Anthony Mackie and Sam a disservice with them giving him these villains that didn't, like, fully make us feel what like what they were trying to do, what they were trying to accomplish. I feel like it was so much more that they can do with it, and then throwing all these throwaway stuff that's just trying to inch forward towards the next thing, like with the Avengers, with the Animanium and all that. Like, I don't know, they always have to use these movies as a stepping stone. I don't like that as much. Just give us the movie, make us feel this movie. Don't try to build everything with different movies. I feel like they did Sam a disservice in this. Him as Captain America, his first movie as Captain America. So overall, decent movie, 6.5. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you liked it, if you disliked it. We can have a conversation going forward. But I see y'all. I'm out. Peace.